I'm not saying this is something you should be doing today or right now because there's no limiteds in the training rule. Okay, there are no limiteds in the training rule, but it's a decent way to try to make coins when there are limits in the training rule. I felt like the rolls weren't as good this weekend. Maybe they'll be better for part 3, maybe when the new limiteds come, but I'll show you what I was doing. Maybe it's helpful, maybe it's not, maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. But if I'm doing it, I'll tell you guys. If you're looking to build the best team in Madden, make sure you head over to MMOEXP.com to avoid the packs and save some racks. Use code CC for 5% off. Link is in the description below. Fastest coins, cheapest coins. Use code CC. We'll see you guys on the sticks. 5% off. Be great. Hey, what is going on, Madden family? We are here and we are going to be testing something out today without limiteds in the training roll. Again, that's pretty important. I think you should only do this when there are limiteds in the training roll, obviously, because that's when you have a chance to, like, bam, if you hit, then you're gonna be up. Hit the like. Let me know if you guys were doing it this way or not. That's what I did. I don't know if it was ever really profitable either because there's so many cards in the binder, all that sort of stuff. Is what it is. Let's go. 92 overall, Fred Warner right here. We just won this card. You see, we basically have 0 training, right? We paid 222,000 coins for this. All right, so we should be through. That's what we're going to be looking to get back here. Okay. Now, I don't really, I don't recommend opening packs when there's really nothing new, exciting to pull in packs. But what we're going to be doing here is I will roll and I will keep my golds and my 81s and everything else quick sell and re-roll it basically. Now, I think sometimes I've probably lost doing this, and sometimes I think I'm won doing this, and you say, that can't be right. Like the golds and the 81s, they don't sell for a lot. No, they don't. They really don't. And they sell really slowly, but it does work. It's not a bad way to sort of mitigate your risk when you are doing rolls generally. Again, the main reason why I would do it this way is because normally the 85s, 87s, and even the 90s, they're basically training value, They really are. They're basically training value at any point in time. So if you sell them, okay. If you want to put them in sets to create cards, I think that's fine too. But for me, wasn't trying to do that this time. That's what we were doing last week. So this week, I was like, all right, well, let's try something different here since I feel like things weren't hitting as much. I felt like a lot of the profit or loss is due to when you pull 87s. We didn't pull a lot of 87s, It was just the way it goes. So you'll notice that we started with 10,000, and we're going to actually hover right around that 10,000 mark for a decent amount of this video. Riddler, we're going to hold up. If you pull an early 90, you hold on to it, okay? That's the idea here. If you pull a late 90, you want to keep going, sure, that's up to you, right? But you'll notice for a while here, we're going to hover around 10,000, between 8 and 10,000 training for the most part, right? Because you are going to hit some of those elites. And you're going to hit an 87, and it's going to prop you right back up, and so on and so forth, okay? Now, 81s, again, hold them. Golds, hold them, okay? We pulled that Riddler really fast. That was super lucky, actually. But this seemed to work out okay for me, but again, I want to go through at the end and count what our profit or our loss is, right? Now, over the weekend, if I would have pulled a 90, I would have just quick sold it and kept rolling because there were limiteds in packs, right? Since there are not limiteds in packs right now, I'm just going to hold on to that card. Right. At this point, especially if we pulled it super early, if we pulled it at the end, I'd probably quick sell and keep going again because there's a chance of pulling limiteds here. There's obviously 0. It's a 0%er, right? But what we'll do by the end of this video here, as we run through this, and it's gonna take a while to run through this 10,000 training. You're gonna be shocked that this isn't an 8-minute video. It's not. We're 4.5 minutes, 5 minutes in, and we have 9,000 training. Again, what did I say? We're gonna hover in this 8 to 10,000 range for a little bit at the start of this video here. until you start to get really unlucky. And even getting the 81s, it's not really that unlucky, which is crazy. Because we're opening these at 425, right? 425 trading. We paid 22 coins per. So you're talking, this is about 9,000 coins a roll. And the 81s are selling for 5,000, 5,500. We're right around there. So you're not even taking a huge loss on those. The golds, obviously, it's a bigger loss. It's a bigger training loss than realized, again, because of the golds and the 81s, they actually sell for high training value. So look, I don't know. I feel like this worked out well. I just never calculated it because I always had stuff in my binder and all these other cards. I didn't have a starting point. Look at this point. We're up. We're up. Again, are we lucky? Maybe a little lucky, right? We've pulled a lot of 87s. We pulled a 90. I don't know. It doesn't feel too bad. Especially as we're going to be preparing for Most Feared Part 3 this week. What I want to do, what I probably will do to prepare, is roll through this a few times, sell these low cards. When I get 90s, probably hold on to them because we know that they're going to go into the future sets. Again, you don't pull a lot of 90s. The 90s are pretty rare. Do not get me wrong, they're pretty rare, but they are possible to pull. We saw one early. We might see another one in this video. We might. I feel like they're still really rare, so we might not. But even here, like if I decided to stop at this point, we're obviously up, right? You can stop at this point too. You don't have to, quote unquote, risk it for the biscuit. Go all in, go all out. It's just not necessary. If you catch profit, take profit, right? Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? Now, are very many people doing rolls at this exact moment? I don't think so, right? And because they're probably not, another 87. We are actually on fire right now. Because a lot of people probably aren't, are the odds seemingly a little better to me? That's the way I feel. I feel like the less people opening packs, the better the odds are for you. I don't know why. I have no actual proof. It is just in my head. It's been that way for years. You could figure that out forever. We are really, really on fire right now. So I want to say this now at this point. These results of all these 87s is not typical, okay? Not typical at all. We're actually making training. I've never actually made training to this point doing it this way. I've never ended up thousands of training ahead like we have. But my point is not to keep training. My point is to go through this all. So that's what we're going to do. Said better or worse, this is what we're doing. Now, I've really enjoyed the promo. I think it's been a great promo. I think it could finish ranking as one of the top 5, top 10 promos of all time. I know sometimes we're prisoner of the moments. Maybe I'm caught in that a little bit here. I've really enjoyed the way this promo has gone. From the house rules, the free cards, the end cats, the actual content, the layout of the content, the rolls. It's all felt pretty good, man. It has all felt pretty good. And I'm here for it. I'm a fan of how this has been. I don't know how they're going to top it for part 3, because part 2 is really good. I don't know. You might even think that some of the stuff in part 1 was better. The Derrick Henry, Jesse Bates. Jesse Bates might be the best card in the promo so far, as crazy as it is. It's just been a thing. It's been a good thing. We'll see what they do. Lots of names. Am I going to predict anything? Not officially. No actual predictions or anything like that. But names like Night Train Lane, Deion Sanders, Aaron Donald, Khalil Mack, Troy Polamalu. I saw people talk about Scary Terry getting a card. Like, there's so many potential names. That random Andrew Luck that we saw a picture in the game, like him on the field, not an actual card in the game. Who knows, right? I have no clue. And I'm really okay with that because I'm ready to be as surprised and excited as everyone else. whenever the reveal comes on Wednesday, Thursday, whenever it is, I'm gonna be super ready for it. We'll see. And then once Most Feared ends, I believe we'll have our new season start, and then after that, probably we'll get into the Thanksgiving promo and all that. Just normally how the time frame matches up, and then it actually matches up really well this year. Better, I don't know why, but it does. For sure. Me plus. We're on fire. This is weird. This really must be. I feel like this is just because no one's doing this. There's no way. Why would anyone be rolling today? Right? Why would they? No need. There's no need to do this. One way I've done this as well before, obviously you see me quick selling the cards right here, is to take the training down to 0, keep all the cards, and then go through my binder and quick sell and then make that decision. That's probably a bit of a smarter way to do it. But for here in this part of the video, it's not the way I wanted to do it at all. Remember, we spent 222,000 coins. So if we got to a point here where I was going to be able to sell that stuff for 220k, maybe we just stop and we profit out and get some extra 90s, pay the 500 trading difference for some 90s and just hold on to them. Wouldn't be too bad, honestly. Even at this point, we could, if we stopped at 11,000 here, we could get 2, so we would have 3, and then sell everything else that we have pulled so far and be probably, making a decent dent in that 222 we spent. That's not a bad method either. I'm not going to do that. It's not my plan. It's not the purpose here. The purpose here was to go through this all. And you see, like, you're gonna hit this cold streaks. You're gonna hit not the big cards, right? And maybe you'll hit big cards in a row over and over and over and over. But it seems to be working pretty well. If you want to do something like this, you don't need to go spend 200,000 coins. If you wanted to do it, I think the minimum you should do it with is 5,000 training, which is a 90 overall. It does still carry a cost of about 110, 120,000 coins, but it's worth a shot to try. You're not going to lose all your coins. There's another one, another 90. Jeez. Because you're going to hold on to these other cards and sell them, And if you want to get lazy with it, put them in team builders, Do what you want there. The one thing I don't recommend is that 81 plus exchange set. I do not like that. It did not work out very well for me at all. I had done, I think I recorded about 17 packs, and I was going to put it out as a video for you guys. It was just terrible. It was like the worst 2 minutes of any pack opening. So it was just like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna put that content out there. We lost coins trying it. I'll just take the L, move on, instead of trying to like I said, make a video and make money on the video, I guess. It is what it is. It is what it is. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. We lost there. So like obviously for the rest of this video we're gonna be up with the 290s and everything else. The rest of this is just complete and total profit, coin profit essentially here. Even if I'm not gonna sell the 90s, I'm gonna hold on to the 90s. We're going to use them come Friday anyway, so there's no reason for me to sell those cards. There's no reason for me to even quick sell them at this point too, because since we pulled them so early on, I like to hold on to them. Like I said, if I pulled them late, if we only had 1,000 training left and I pulled Calvin Ridley, would I quick sell him? I might, just to get more rolls. Again, 100% if there was limited in packs, but there's not, so there's you're drawing dead at that point. You're just drawing for luck, potential boosts up, and we're still 14 minutes in. We're still doing good, which is crazy. This is, I pictured this being like 20 minutes total it would take. No, not quite at all. More than that. Pretty crazy. Another 87. They just keep coming. Those 87s are the key to everything in this roll set. I'm telling you that. I mentioned on the No Money Spent video. I mentioned it in other places. If you're pulling 87s, you're good. 90s, they look great. They're obviously higher, better. 87s is where you survive. 87s is where you get to reroll. It just works. It just works. I feel like you just get more value out of quick selling them and trying to roll again instead of putting them into sets right now. I really truly do. Obviously, it's 287s, 385s gets you a 90. I get that. I understand that. But that's also giving you a decent amount of training, which you could then roll out and hopefully get a couple little hits, an 85 and 87 when you reroll that. Bam, bam, bam. All of a sudden, you're around even. I'm not saying you're going to guarantee profit. Obviously, like I said, this is guaranteed profit for me in this video. It may not be for you, right? I've had stretches where it was lucky, and I've had stretches where it was unlucky. I had stretches where I pulled limiteds, and I had stretches where I didn't pull limiteds, right? Did I pull Brandon Marshall? Yes. Did I pull Anthony Barr this weekend? Yes. Was I doing this? Yes, I was. Yes, I pulled both of them. So it obviously worked out for me. But the previous week on this account, I didn't pull Watt and I didn't pull Kelsey. Not once on this account. No Money Spent account, we pulled both. And this weekend on No Money Spent, I pulled neither of them. So again, ups, downs, lows, highs. It is what it is. All right. We're gonna see this through to the end. I know again it's long. Sometimes you guys really like long videos. Sometimes people don't, and I fully understand that. And I know as the longer these videos type go, everything feels a little repetitive. I repeat a lot of the same stuff, and again, I'm trying to actually talk through this instead of just putting on some music and letting you guys watch, right? Like we'll do that on the extra channel. We won't do that on this channel. Just different. If we pull one more 90 here, I'd be super excited and super ready. I do not know if this weekend's most feared is going to change. So higher overalls can require more cards, any of that. I have no clue. I don't even. I'm going to assume not, and I'm going to hope not as well. I don't want the overalls escalating that much that fast. I don't like it that way, right? I'm okay with slow playing this a little bit here. I like Mutt. I like the build and the progression of Mutt. I don't just want to wake up one day and have 95s, 96, 97 overalls. You know? Like Dan Marino should be a viable quarterback until December. Easily into December. Mid to late December. And if we escalate, he's not going to be. Especially for a set that was so big, so massive, and all that. Now, you can see here, in these past couple minutes, we haven't really been lucky. Okay? Alright, whatever. With 87s is what I was going to say. 87s. We haven't been hitting 87s. Alright? We've obviously hit some other stuff. Right on cue every single time it is on cue. But we were in that 8 to 12,000 range for a long part of this video, and now we've dipped back down. And if we hit a hot streak, we can go back up to 7 or 8. Not that I expect us to. This has already been super lucky. 390 overalls. Like we could totally cash out on those. Not going to. Again, I want to wait and I want to see what the next most feared is. We can just have cards ready. So especially when that video needs to come out, bam, we'll just be ready. We'll just have those cards, bam, bam, throw them in the set. Get a master. Get those 4N cats or whatever it's going to be, and be done with it. And in the meantime, I will be selling these other cards. Now, when we go through and add the value at the end of this video, I'm not going to add the value of the 90 overalls. We're just going to ignore that, okay? We don't need to talk about them. It's fine. What we're going to add is the value of only the other cards that we have kept, the golds and the 81s, right? That's what I care about selling back because that's normally what we're keeping. Again, if you pull a 90 and you want to hold on to it instead of quick sell it, that's up to you. To see where your value and your profit is. Maybe that just breaks you even and you're okay with just breaking even at that point. Maybe you want to quick sell it and roll some more because 5,000 is going to get you probably 25 to 30 rolls with the quick sell sort of method here. So I like the method. It works well for me. I hadn't really seen it in paper. with profit loss. And even still, with all these rolls that we've done, we still might not make coins back when we go look at the binder. Aside from the 90s. Aside from the 90s. That's obviously good. But just from these other cards. Right? Maybe we didn't make 222 back, which would mean we would need to make about 250,000 coins pre-tax, right? Maybe we'll see. We'll count it all up and we'll do our best and estimate the prices and go from there. The longer you get 87s, 85s, the better it is. We just haven't hit any 87s in a hot minute. It's been a while. It's been a while, like a long while. Okay, cool, fine. Up, come on. There it is. There it is. Keeps you alive. A lot of times I did this. I got down really, really low to 1, maybe 2 rolls left, and you'd hit something, and it was like, oh, okay. Now you're back up. This reminds me a lot of what we used to do 2 years ago with like the draft rolls or the old team builder rolls. You guys remember that from way back when? That's kind of what this reminds me of, where you couldn't hit a limited, you couldn't hit stuff out of there, but man, you could actually hit, you know, and profit on a lot of these things in different ways, right? You'd start with 100,000 training, and it was 125 or something back then, right? Here, similar concept, but you're doing it without limiteds. And would we have hit a limited in all this time? Probably not. But it is what it is. So we finished. Took us 22 minutes there. I don't know what we just got. I don't know what that was. Something. Some sort of pack. Let's go check here. Okay. Let's see where we need to stop at. We got a lot of cards in here. So the last card we would have had in here would have been Justin Tucker. So we're going to add up just the golds here, okay? Let's just count all of our golds. Again, it's we got a lot of golds. We got a lot of golds. Gold. If I miss 1 or 2 in here, I apologize. It's okay. Don't worry about it. It's not going to make that much of a difference. We'll still sell it. So we had 39 golds, 2,000 coins a pop. Call that 78,000 coins right there. Pre-tax. Pre-tax. What about our elites here? How many elites? Not the 90s. Don't click on the 90s, CC. There's a lot of them, isn't there? One more. So 31. So 278. You would sell these for, call it 5,000, right? So 155 plus 278. You're talking about 235, 240. So if we sell all that, we'll actually get that 220 back. Pretty close. And I have these 390s. Again, we got lucky hitting 390s. Super lucky. Do not discount the fact that we got super lucky there. But isn't other way, we still came out pretty close. And again, every time you open packs, you do rules. There's always going to be a risk of losing coins. If we pilled no 90s and say they were golds, right? Add 3 more golds in there, 6,000 coins. We're still breaking kind of close to even. But since we pulled a 90, it works, right? It works. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you guys learned something from it. Whenever you guys are doing stuff like this, make sure that you know what your profit and loss is potential. A lot of times when people do stuff like this, they feel like they're doing good and then they're losing coins, and then they lost 1, 2, 300,000 coins real quickly, and that can really hamper you. So either way, love you guys. Let me know if this is something you're going to be doing, and I'm out. Peace.